peace, love, enlightenment, elevation, and gratitude. What's going on, family? How y'all feeling today? Woke up feeling love. I woke up feeling inspired. I woke up feeling inspirational. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody else is feeling the same. If not, send a little good energy your way. Alright, today I want to talk about or try to expose some of the trickery, some of the foolery that we've been dealing with, some of the deception that we've been dealing with as a people. We got to get back to our ways, and we got to realize that they have stolen our ways from us, our knowledge from us, and they turned it against us, and is using it against us to this day. So real quick, I want to dive right into it. I want to play a quick video clip. It's only, I chopped it down. The real video that I found is like 6 minutes, but I chopped it down to just 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, just to get the point across that I want to get across in that video real quick. So let's check this out, y'all.
The creation of Nigeria was never about democracy, never about Christianity. It was all about money, business, and profit. None of it for us. Pay attention. The area now known as Nigeria was called the Slave Coast up to 1870. This was the point at which the British had stopped slave trading and moved on to palm oil as their primary commodity out of Nigeria. One of the main suppliers of palm oil was the Benin Kingdom, and you have to watch my video of one of the greatest African kings most of you have never heard of, Oba of Oranwen. This is an important story for me personally because I am from that region, so they are my people, and his fight with the empire over palm oil is one of the greatest stories of African colonial history. Anyway, everyone wanted palm oil, and especially the British. A man called George Goldie set up the United African Company in 1879, which was then changed to the National African Company. He structured the palm oil business in the Niger Delta region, and by 1884 he had a monopoly that the British could exploit. So in 1886, Goldie violated the agreement he had made with the chiefs and moved his operations into River Niger and Benue. The company was also renamed at this point to Royal Niger Company. Goldie tricked the chiefs into signing unfair trade deals, giving Goldie exclusive rights to export palm oil instead of what the chiefs thought would be free trade. These contracts were written in English, a language we didn't understand, and based on laws that were not our own. Now guys, this is similar to something I learned when I was in university about the deals done with the Native Americans in what is now known as the United States of America. A very similar thing where deals were done in contracts in English with laws that had nothing to do with the Native Americans. There was a meeting called the Berlin Conference in 1884 to 1885, set up by Germany's first chancellor, Otto von Bismarck. This was where the colonial powers discussed how to carve up Africa and structure trade across the pieces of our continent that they would take. We were not a part of this conversation. The best way to think of this is like the NBA drafts. Guys were out there making bids between lunch breaks and spa sessions. At this conference, the kingdom of Opobo was given to Britain. When King Jaja of Opobo tried to export his own palm oil, he was accused of obstructing commerce and then exiled. How crazy is that? And on his way home in 1891, he was poisoned with a cup of tea. Guys, I couldn't make this stuff up. The Jaja of Opobo story made other chiefs in the region very wary of their deals with the British Empire.
Okay, so I want to cut it there. So you see what we dealing with? We got to take it all the way back to that point to understand where and why we at the point that we at now. They have been, it's like I've been saying in previous videos, this is a mental warfare that we are in, spiritual warfare. Now, you see how they use the same tactics that they used in Africa and all over the world. Same thing in America, right? They tricked us with their laws. This is why I'm so anti-government and anti-laws, because look at the source of it, of these laws and these lawmakers, right? That they use to manipulate our people and take our land. So we got to go back a little bit to how I got to that point. You know, my research is constantly leading me to find that the Moors, our ancestors, taught the people of European descent everything or a majority of what they knew. They then took that knowledge and then started to scout the world and find more of us and use these manipulation tactics. They came up with the English language, right? And then they, like just like he said in the video, they went around and they came with these laws and these contracts and all this paperwork, all the same crap that we dealing with today. You gotta sign a contract this thick to sign a contract. It's like, why so much wordplay just to come up with an agreement? You know what I'm saying? And once they start going around the world and doing this, this is why I say, you know, no disrespect to the Christians, but this is why I say we have to know our history a little bit better. You know, they sent out missionaries to brainwash the people of tribes and native people around the world to say, this is the right way, we're here to help y'all, this, that, and the third. But the whole time it was a manipulation tactic to dumb us down, cut us off from what we know, from our strength, from our power, so then they could send in the mercenaries to start wiping people out. You see what I'm saying? It goes deep, man. It really goes deep. But this is why it's important for us to start picking up on our knowledge and really knowing who we really are as a people, and stop going off of what they told us to believe that we are as a people. You know? And then you gotta think about how after they started taking over everything and colonizing and liberating people, right? They start taking our land and making it restricted. They start cutting off things in certain areas that we can't, that the native people no longer even have access to. Just like the brother was just saying in the video, how they tricked one of the kings out of his land, and then he starts trying to sell his own stuff, and then, you know, they poisoned him, they tricked him out of it, and told him you can't sell your own stuff. This is what we dealing with. This is what we are literally dealing with. They literally took our land from us. This is why I have a problem with taxes and all that. They literally took our land from us and then making us pay for it. Just like how, who gave them permission, or whoever made them think it's okay to steal our land and then put restrictions on it and say only certain people could come here. This is not even your land to begin with, to from jump. So then you're gonna tell us we can't, like for example, the Grand Canyon. Right? The Grand Canyon all type of blocked off. And there's rumors that if you go, it's cities, underground cities inside those Grand Canyon mountains. You see what I'm saying? And I could believe that, because why else would it be cut off? If anything, they would have marketed it and made it a vacation destination. It made money off of it. Like, look who we talking about here. So for what reason would y'all cut it off? You got to think about how they have all these votes of hidden knowledge. They take our information, our books, our tablets and all that, and they put it in, lock it away in museums so we can't get to it. The native people, the descendants of the people that made that, we don't even have access to it, but they do. I'm trying to make it make sense. Our ancestors left that knowledge behind for us to have access to it, not them. But this is why they've done such an outstanding job of bringing us down mentally, to keep our stuff away from us so we don't have it. Right? You gotta think about the Antarctica, the parts of the land that's cut off and restricted in Antarctica. And I know you're gonna have some people that's gonna probably be like, oh well, they cut that off because it get really cold out there and it's for our safety and da. Well, y'all had the freedom to discover it. Why can't we have the freedom to discover it? Y'all not our parents, man, or our gods, or anything like that. So what make you feel like you could tell somebody, oh, we trying to protect you and keep you safe from going out there and hurting yourself? Well, y'all took a chance and went out there and discovered it. So why can't I? And it's not even your land to begin with. I don't want your safety advice. I don't want your safety tips or safety guidance. Based on your history of you and what you've done to people in the past, I don't want no advice from you at all. Especially not no safety advice, because some of the things that y'all have done to people, where's the safety at in that? Some of the cruel, vicious environments that y'all have people in. Some of the prisons that y'all, the prison conditions that y'all have people in. Where's the safety in that? So I'll miss me with that. It's my life. It's my choice to decide if I want to take that risk to go to Antarctica and freeze to death or not. Not yours. You know what I'm saying? But we property. They don't want us. They all about our safety so much because they don't want us dying off too much because they need somebody to work for. You see what I'm saying? Then you got to think about the signs and the symbols that they took from us. That they made us believe is evil and bad. Anything that's not Christian, right, is considered evil and bad in the eyes of the oppressors and the teachers that they don't pass on down to us. If it's not Christian, if it's not, God-fearing is evil. But at the same time, they still use the same stuff that they took from us. They still use these signs and symbols for our so-called society today. Let me show you this real quick. It's from a book called The Secret Teachings of All Ages by a guy named Manly P. Hall. Now, I took this book to one of the leaders of the Moors when I was interested in going to the Moors at one point in time. And he say, man, that guy racist, right? I say, nah, I didn't know that. But that still don't take away from the knowledge that was dropped in that book, because that knowledge that he dropped in that book was from our people. But it wasn't. I don't believe at all that book was meant to get around to melanin dominated humans. I believe that was some information that was meant to get around to his people, but it got around to us also. So let me show you a page out of this book that's going to prove what I'm talking about when I say that they using our signs. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so look at this right here, y'all. The Egyptian phoenix, right? Where does that come from? We know, common sense, the Egyptian phoenix. That come from our people. You see what I'm saying? But then when you scroll down a little bit and look at the bottom, what do they have as symbols of America? You got the all-seeing eye at the top. You got the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? And these is all things that they say that's evil. But so if it's so evil, why are you using it for your symbology, or the country that you created? We gotta get back to our roots, man, for real. So hold on a second. Let me show another one real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. Show another one real quick. I want to give another example of how they're using us against us. Now, I know for a fact that Christianity has terrified people of snakes. And I can say that from personal experience. My grandmother alone, you know what I'm saying, she is terrified of snakes. And I believe that comes from studying the Bible and how they talk about, snakes was used to manipulate Eve and stuff like that. But if you read this, if you take a look at this right here, and you can pause it. You can pause it and read the whole thing. But I just want to go over this one part right here, where it says, and this how you know I ain't lying when I say a lot of people was afraid of snakes. But why? When our ancestors had a completely different ideology of snakes, right? So look, the accepted theory that the serpent is evil cannot be sustained. It has long been viewed as the emblem of immortality. It is the symbol of reincarnation or metaphysics, because it annually sheds its skin, reappearing as it were in a new body. You see what I'm saying? So, and then let me show you this other part, also in the same book. Look at this, where it says the serpent was chosen as the head of the reptilian family. Serpent worship in some form has permeated nearly all parts of the earth. The serpent mounds of American Indian, the carved stone snakes of Central and South America, the hooded cobras of India, Python, the great snake of the Greeks, the sacred serpents of the Druids. I mean, just all over the world. I don't even got finished reading that, man. It's all over the world. It was a different meaning for snakes, but again, we've been tricked into it's evil, it's evil, it's evil. Know thyself, man. Know thyself and where we come from, for real. I was just talking about in another video of voodoo and how they, you know, they got us thinking voodoo was evil. But when you really go back to the Haitian rebellion and all of that, voodoo was used we was using voodoo to fight back and really get down on them, for real. So of course, as the enemy, you know, they done now mind you, let's keep it all together, and let's remember all the other manipulation tactics that I just showed that they've been doing against us. As the enemy, why would they want us to know the stuff that we capable of, that we can do with voodoo, if we was using it to win this battle, to win that war at the time? So then that goes back to another video I did talking about how they used the media, the reaction I did to I believe the documentary is called Out the Shadows, right? And that explains how they used the media and music and images to dumb us down or confuse us or trick us. And that's what they did with voodoo. They put out these old movies years ago, and they showed images of, they showed voodoo in a negative light. So you got to combine that with them putting out these movies. Now, we don't have access to nothing. They already cut us off from everything. We can't read books like that. If you get caught out and about having conversations of enlightenment, you might get killed or arrested or something like that. So we didn't have access to really nothing but what they showed us. So if you combine that with what they portraying voodoo to be, evil and demonic and zombies and all this crazy crap, if you take that and you combine it with what they taught us with Christianity, anything outside of Christianity is evil. If you take that and you merge that together and put that in somebody's brain, they're gonna be terrified of that. But whole time, again, we was using that to win the war against them, healing, and to connect more spiritually with the elements, because that's what a lot of voodoo is using the elements that they cut us off from that. Again, us as melanin dominated human beings, man, we not just natural, we supernatural. We supernatural. And again, supernatural is not the freaking window closed by itself and oh, it's a ghost in the house. No, it's being supernatural, being super in tune with the elements, really knowing the earth, being one with the earth, how we supposed to be as a people. They done told us being around trees is bad, walking barefooted in the grass is bad, all that craziness. They say all that is savage. No, it's connecting with the earth, it's connecting with the planet, it's connecting with the universe, it's connecting with source. Where do you think all of this stuff came from? So if the grass and the trees and all of that came from God, ain't this God too, just like us? That's what I'm saying, man. We gotta stop thinking like the colonizers. They have never done us nothing but cut us off from who we is and what we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? This is why you get the term witch doctor. Come from all that voodoo stuff, but they was using natural remedies. Anything that go against what they trying to project, they have a problem with that. So if you trying to create a society where we pumping you with all this food that's bad for you and poisonous foods, so you can go to our doctors and we can make money off. We can make money off you all around the board. We can give you this poisonous food. We can sell you this poisonous food. Then you get sick off of it. Then you can turn around and you can come to our doctors and pay for medication. As opposed to if we just stayed true to our roots and stayed 10 toes down to us and who we really are, we wouldn't even be having a lot of these medical problems and these medical conditions, because we already be in tune with nature and eat more fruits and vegetables and eat more healthy. We'll be going to our own doctors, call them witch doctors or whatever you want to call them, but we'll be getting these natural remedies, these natural medicines. It's medicine in all the fruits and vegetables that we eat. Shout out and rest in peace to Dr. Sebi. That cured all kind of stuff naturally without this modern medicine that we all run to. Anytime something wrong with us, we run to the colonizers. Quick, fast, in a hurry. You know, I just watched the video of Rashad Jamal talking about voodoo and how powerful it was, and how it was used to. We was stopping the people that came over there to colonize us and they soldiers and whatever like that. Man, we was stopping them before they even got to the land sometimes. So put yourself in their shoes as the colonizer. Of course, you're gonna want to cut. If you're gonna want to cut your enemy off from that type of knowledge, that type of access, that type of power. Y'all can stop us before we even get to y'all. No, we need that information for ourselves, and we're gonna utilize that, and we're gonna keep it for ourselves. That brother Rashad Jamal was saying how they was using spells and their magic to make them, the enemy, the colonizers, kill themselves. Now think about that for a second. They use magic to make the enemies kill themselves. I'm talking about the Spaniards and all that. Right? What are we doing today? Now, again, they took our knowledge, they took everything from us. And then what are we doing today? We killing each other. I just said in the last video, Ku Klux Klan don't gotta do nothing no more, because we terrorize ourselves, we kill ourselves. So again, they took our information, they took our knowledge, our wisdom, our magic and all that, and now they using it against us. This is why we gotta get back to our roots, and we gotta know how to be magicians. We gotta know how to be wizards and all that. But again, knowing this information, that does not make you evil. Because like I just said, our ancestors used it in a positive way. They used it to fight back. They want, you know what I'm saying? They used it to fight back. Why can't we do the same thing? You know? It's ridiculous for us to be going through what we going through still, man. But again, they've done a hell of a job of cutting us off from who we is. I told y'all in another video I did, George Washington took a blood oath to make sure that the children of the Moors don't remember who they are, who taught them what they know, the Moors. And then they turned around and used it against us. So in order for us not to re-rise and rebel, they cut us off from what we know, from what we supposed to be knowing. This is why the school system is trash. We ain't learning nothing in there, man. Not what we need to be knowing. This is why they got all these votes. They just showed the video when Queen Elizabeth died. All the gold she had. Where that gold come from? Damn sure not where she stayed at. You know what I'm saying? So, it get to a point, man, where this stuff becomes common sense. When you look at history, it comes common sense that they've been getting down on us, man. When are we going to wake up and snap to it and say, all right, we want all our stuff back? People starting to do it now, but we need a lot more people to get on board with it, man. Because if we all come together and demand our stuff back, what are they going to do when we start keep throwing the truth out there? You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. So the more of us that put the truth in their face, man, they got to give us back what's ours. But it's going to take more than just me. Just a handful of us. You know what I'm saying? A few thousand of us. Well, let's try to get everybody on board to realize. And I know it's not possible. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm dreaming, thinking that everybody gonna get on board. You know what I'm saying? That's a dream. That's a fairy tale. Some people is just too mentally far gone, and then some people have to learn their own lessons and go through their own cycles until they can get to a point of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm gonna keep hoping. The feminine energy is returning to the planet, which means that it's time for more balance. It's time for more balance. It's time to get back to that place of love, of the love frequency and abundance frequency and just happiness frequency. All this hating that we doing on each other and everybody trying to get over on other people just to make money, that's fake, that's artificial, that they can print that any time of the day. It's all, you know what I'm saying, just another manipulation tactic, man. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long. You know what I'm saying? I just want to throw that out there and just kind of expose a little bit and show a little bit how they using us against us. They took our knowledge, took our resources, cut us off from it, make us pay for it, make us get jobs to pay for it, and the money go back to them, which they use the money as a means of power to control us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope that made sense. Hope it got to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And cleared up things a little bit. But know thyself, fam. Know thyself. Get back to your roots, man. If you on here hollering, if you in the free world hollering, I love being black and Black Lives Matter, and I'm black and I'm proud, then really be about that. Really know your roots and know your history and know what was stolen from us and stolen from your ancestors that's supposed to be yours had it not been stolen. See what I'm saying? Just imagine that if we didn't go through all the stuff that we went through, we would still have access to all that. Be living in a whole different world right now. But till next time, family, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, love, enlightenment, elevation, gratitude.